Hello students, welcome to English class. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. If you are willing to learn, nothing can stop you from learning. If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. A child who is really willing to learn can learn in any situation. So dear children, create within you a willing mind and a willing soul to learn. Now coming to our lesson, Unit 2, Prose. The Night the Ghost Got In, written by James Grover Thurber. James Grover Thurber was an American cartoonist, author, humorist, journalist, playwright, and a celebrated wit. He was best known for his cartoons and short stories published mainly in the New York Magazine, such as The Catbird Seat, and collected in his numerous books. He was one of the most popular humorists of his time as he celebrated the comic frustrations and eccentricities of ordinary people. This lesson is a humorous story. I'll tell you the story in short. Before that, I'll give you the meaning of the unknown words in the lesson. First word, hula bellows, meaning a loud noise made by people who are excited. Next word, patrolman, meaning a patrolling police officer. Next word, attic, meaning a space or room inside or partly inside the roof of a building. Next word, slamming, meaning shutting a door or window forcefully and loudly. Next word, gruffly, meaning sadly. Next word, intuitively, meaning without conscious reasoning, instinctively. Next word, whammed, meaning struck something forcefully. Next word, beveled, meaning reduced to a sloping edge. Next word, rending, tearing, meaning tearing to pieces. Next word, yank, meaning pulled with a jerk. Next word, zither, meaning a musical instrument. Next word, guinea pig, meaning a domesticated, tailless South American rodent originally raised for food. Next word, hysterical, meaning affected by wildly uncontrolled emotion. Next word, creaking, meaning making a squeaking sound when being moved. Next word, indignant, meaning feeling or showing anger or annoyance at what is perceived as unfair treatment. Next word, holster, meaning a holder made of leather for carrying handguns. Next word, rafter, meaning a beam forming part of the internal framework of a roof. And the last word, deserter, meaning a person who leaves the armed force without permission. This lesson is an interesting story, a humorous story that causes amusement. It helps us to relax and it makes us smile. It elicits happiness. Now listen carefully, children. I'll tell you the story in short. Imagination helps us to understand what we learn. Imagination is much more important than knowledge. Sometimes in literature, this imagination creates a lot of confusion, which leads to absolute humor. In this story, the imagination of the family members creates a great confusion that makes us laugh. All the members of the family spend a sleepless night. This story is a sequence that happened in a family as a result of the various imagination of the family members. The story begins like this. The author or the writer, James Thurber, he hears footsteps in the dining room. And the time when he hears the footstep was midnight. The day was November 17th, 1915, morning 1:15 a.m. The author thought it might be his father or brother Roy. They were in Indianapolis and they were about to return home. So he thought it might be his father or brother's footsteps sound. Then Thurber had a second thought. He peeped from his bathroom as he was taking bath. He was in first floor. From there, he peeped down to the ground floor and he saw nobody there and he did not hear anything also. Then when he turned back, again he heard the footsteps. So he had a second thought that the footsteps he heard wasn't his father's or his brother's footsteps. Now just imagine, children, if you hear footsteps during midnight, what would you think or imagine? First and foremost, we all would think that the footstep might be our father or our mother or our brother or sister. But if we come to know that it wasn't our family member's footsteps, how threatening it would be. Imaginations about ghosts and evil spirits would make us nervous. Now, this is what happened to the author. Even the author, James Thurber, had the same imagination. Fear crept into his mind. So he slowly comes out of his bathroom. He was taking bath. So he came out. He peeped here and there and he was not able to see any person. Filled with fear and nervousness, James Thurber enters his brother Herman's room and he wakes him up also. Now children, again you just imagine, if you are being waked during midnight, that's around 1:30 or 2 a.m., how would you feel? And what would you think? Herman was terribly afraid. This incident conveyed by his brother. Now, Thurber conveyed the incident to his brother that he is hearing some footsteps in the dining hall. Being waked up during midnight itself is terrifying, and the incident told by his brother terrified him the more. So he went inside his room and closed the doors. When Herman closed the door of his room, this sound of closing the door disturbed their mother's sleep. She came out of her room. She too heard the footsteps. So she thought that some thief or burglar had entered their house. Now, mother and her two sons were in the first floor and the dining hall is in the ground floor. Now, Thurber's mother created another confusion. She felt in her heart that she should inform the police about the burglars in their house. Now, the problem is they can't go to the ground floor to make a phone call. Telephone is in the ground floor. So now, Thurber's mother wanted to get the help of her neighbor. She opened the window door and she whispered through the windows. But it was midnight, 1:32 a.m., isn't it? So the neighbors were not able to hear her sound. So she made a big blunder. She took one shoe and threw it through the window into a neighbor's house. This created a great confusion in the neighbor's house. They thought that a burglar is throwing the shoe through the window into their house. When they came to know that it was Thurber's mother, they got angry very much. No wonder they got angry. Who would accept someone throwing shoe into their house during midnight? Now finally, the confusions are cleared and the neighbor made a call to the policeman, informing that there was burglar in Thurber's house. Both James Thurber and his brother were suspecting ghosts in their dining hall, and their mother was very sure about the burglars in their house. Finally, 8 policemen in Ford sedan and two-wheeler came to their residence. The policemen called for the inmates of the house. They were afraid to come down to open the main door. The policemen break open the door and they enter into the house. They saw the inmates of the house standing in fear in first floor. And so the policemen started searching for the burglars in the ground floor. After checking thoroughly, the policemen were about to leave the house. At that particular moment, something different happened. Thurber's grandfather makes a slight sound. He was sleeping in the attic. Immediately, the policeman got alert. They set into action. Thurber's grandfather had a slight memory problem. He is in the thought that the Civil War was still going on. Now, when he saw the policeman, he got wild. He slapped one of the policemen. He fell down to the floor. And all the other policemen, they ran away. Thurber's grandfather took the gun from the policeman who fell down and shoots at the policeman, one who was running. He fired twice and then he went to bed. The policemen were shocked. They were afraid to go back to the attic and there was no one to be arrested. Now, the policemen were about to return. At that time, one among them, a reporter, approached James Thurber and asked him about the confusion. Finally, Thurber admitted